Is there a murderer here? No. Yes.
Oh, it's going to be good. Bob Jones University is performing Shakespeare's Richard III, November 15th through 17th. At the helm of this exciting production is director Jeffrey Stegall and John Michael Cox playing the title role. How's it going?
Good. Wonderfully.
It's about to be showtime.
You guys have a final dress today, and then it's on.
Yes.
So talk about how long you guys have been working on this production, and was there any reason why you guys chose this specific production to do?
Well, we do a Shakespeare play or two every year. This is our 75th year in Greenville doing Shakespeare.
No, casual. A couple years you guys have been.
1929 this has been going on.
And so we chose Richard III. I was able to be part of choosing that. Part of it because it's such a challenging play, and it's classified as a history, but it's really a tragedy. It's about one man and his quest for power and what he'll do to get what he wants. Mm-hmm. And so, but it has ghosts in it, and it has, it's just it is funny, and it's funny too. I mean, you wouldn't think a story about murdering your relatives to get the crown could be funny, but he's got a good sense of humor. You know, it's like gallows humor. I mean, he jokes about things, you know, that we normally joke about.
Yeah, and choosing the right person in that role is critical. So what made you want to take on this role, and what was it about him that made you say, you know, he's the one?
My training is all in Shakespeare, and Richard III is one of the big roles in Shakespeare. I think the only other role that's bigger than it is Hamlet. And so it's always been an intriguing role for me personally, and I've seen several productions of it, and I've always found that the role can sometimes become like a little mustache twirly villainy, like not really anything interesting happening. It's just he has a plan, and the plan falls into place, and then that's the end of the play. So the challenge for me was finding the nuance and finding the humanity of him, and asking, like, you know, well, what does it take for me to actually be Richard, or what does it take for an average person to become someone like that? You know, like, where's the humanity in it?
That's all the behind the scenes that you never see. You just see him on stage, like, oh, he's great, but it's all the little things, not just learning lines and knowing where to go on the stage. And the production, when y'all put on a production, I mean, it is amazing. Just some of the videos and stuff we're seeing
And it's
now.
going to rain on stage, so that takes a lot of a big staff, and a big shout out to the crew that makes that happen. So talk about the production that it takes to put a show like that at Bob Jones on. You know?
Well, the adaptation that I crafted out of the 30,000 words that Shakespeare used, I only used about 20,000. So I got rid of a lot of words, and he went from 60 characters, and we have 18 characters, because I really wanted it to be accessible. Right. And the subtitle is The Terrible Rain.
And we'll see the rain scene right there was on the screen.
Yes, yes. And you know, ironically, when we didn't know that Queen Elizabeth would die this year, but she reigned for 70 years and was a wonderful leader. Richard III, he reigned for just 2 years and really, you know, wreaked havoc on his people.
In 2 years, look what all you can do.
No, he was just very misunderstood.
Okay.
All right, there's the humanity that you're talking about, trying to humanize the character.
Misunderstood. We're going to have to come see it.
Yeah, but it is a little tricky trying to do things like having rain on stage, because, you know, regulations and filtering the water and the slipperiness of it all, and how do you build the set that the audience probably will never think about. But
we'll just say it's cool.
I sure hope so, yes.
And the shout out to the crew is correct. There's a whole nother production happening behind the scenes with the crew running back and forth, changing things and everything. So,
I can only imagine. So people that are looking to get tickets right now, remind us of the dates that they weren't running, and how can we get our tickets?
It runs next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And it runs at 7:30 each night, and there's probably a website.
Yeah, surepass.com.
Yeah, okay, great.
Yes.
And we'll be sure to put that on our website, yourcarolina.tv, so you guys can click on it and buy your tickets to Richard III. Congratulations to you both. We know it's a big team that it takes to put this all on, and congratulations to all the team that's put this together. So
thank you
very much.
Absolutely.